What's going on, everyone? It's Sean from All Things EV, and yeah, this thing happened the other day. I'm super sad, super disappointed in myself. This is the first time that I've gotten into a car accident in the more than 100, almost 200,000 miles that I've driven this on my own. The odometer sits at 207,000 miles. I bought it used, 3 years old, with 16,000 miles, and this is my first accident. Unfortunately, it was just a matter of me not paying as attention as I should have. I was headed to a supercharger in an area that I wasn't familiar with, and in one lane, about to come to an intersection where the light was red, it turned green. The lane to the right of me was a little bit shorter than the one that was in front of me, and so I proceeded to change lanes, but the car in front of the car that I was in front of was stopped to let a person crossing the crosswalk across, and so that car in front of me, a Subaru, stopped, and by the time I realized that they were not moving, I did try and swerve out of the way, but as you can see here, I just got the front end of my car and the bumper of the Subaru that was in front of me. Everything turned out okay. No one was hurt, thankfully, but I have to go through this, and it couldn't be at a worse time, and let me explain why. I say that it couldn't have come at a worse time because I'm about a couple of days out from heading to Fully Charged Live, where I will be speaking at the event on Sunday, February 2nd, but I was planning on doing a road trip, and I really went back and forth on whether I should drive this car with the body damage to Austin, Texas from Denver, Colorado. And I wasn't sure if parts would come in time, if I would need to drop off the car at the body shop and rent a car and drive, or if I should fly. But with it being such last minute, I imagine that the airline tickets are probably too expensive, more expensive than what I would prefer to pay. So the car is drivable. It drives fine. I've been driving it around the last week or so since the accident, and so I'm gonna roll the dice here and assume that everything is okay. There's no my car doesn't have the parking sensors, so there's no warning lights. So I'm going to assume that everything is fine to drive the vehicle. Is there a chance that it just stops working in the middle of nowhere, Texas, in the Panhandle? Yes, but as I've said, I probably have driven it for maybe 300 to 500 miles or so since the incident, and I haven't had any issues. So I'm gonna take that chance. I'm gonna drive it because I don't want to rent a car. I don't want to rent a gasoline car. And when I spoke with the body shop today, they said that the parts wouldn't come in likely until next week. The entire purpose of this video is to document the process of body repair. In the past, Tesla has been known to be slow at getting parts to body shops, and I've heard it has been improved, and this is going to be a real-life use case on how much better Tesla has improved the parts being shipped to body shops for repair. Almost immediately after the incident happened, in fact, just a day later, I took it to a body shop here in town that's certified by Tesla, a body shop that has done a lot of work for other Tesla owners, a part of the Denver Tesla Club, and I actually have taken my car to them for some repairs, not tied to this incident, but I've been very happy with them. They've been very responsive, and so I'm counting on them to get this all wrapped up and the car back on the road as quickly as possible. Many of you know who watch my channel, I rely on my vehicle quite a bit for real estate, and so I really need this car to be tip-top shape as soon as possible. I called the day of the accident. I called the insurance company, let them know, and they had an estimator out about 5 days after the incident, and of course, I went to the body shop. They provided an estimate as well 24 hours after the accident happened, and so things are moving in the right direction. The body shop has already purchased the the repair parts, and once they get that bumper off, there may be some other things that they may need to order. So there's a little bit of timeline in there that is unknown, but what the insurance company told me, based on what they could see on the exterior, the repair was going to take 5 days from when they get it into the shop. I'm just going to count on the fact that it's going to be delayed, because once they start taking things off and taking things apart, there's probably going to be some parts behind the bumper that need to be replaced as well. I do know that Model S's have 2 radiators, one on each side just under the headlights to help cool the battery pack, and so I'm concerned that maybe one of those radiators needs to be replaced. I know that with the headlight closest to the body damage, it does look like it's cracked, and those are not inexpensive. They're actually quite expensive, because I've had one replaced before. I didn't pay for it, fortunately, but those headlights, you have to replace the whole thing, and they run about $1,300. So I want this video to be the beginning of documenting this journey of getting my Model S repaired. Fortunately, it's not a huge repair, because I wasn't going very fast, and I was able to avoid a full head-on collision as I swerved out of the way when I realized that the car in front of me was not moving, because of the car in front of them had stopped to let someone cross the crosswalk. So I'd love to hear, if this is something of interest to you, what you would like to know about this process. Put it in the comments down below, and I'll try and document that journey. If all goes well, when I get back from Fully Charged Live, I should be able to drop off the car to the body shop, get things repaired, document that repair process, and show you the final product. So stay tuned. This will be sort of like a mini series where I document that process. Thank you so much for tuning in. And by the way, if you're still interested in Fully Charged Live, I'll put a link to where you can buy tickets with a 15% discount. I've heard that they might be filling up spots that might be totally sold out here pretty soon. So if you're still considering, I'd hop on that pretty quick. I'd love to meet you, shake your hand, do a selfie with you. And I've got a panel that I'll be on, and I'll have a 30-minute session where I'll be talking about the Tesla killer cemetery and how difficult it is for automakers to put out a competing electric vehicle to match up against Teslas. So hope everyone is doing fantastic and has had a great start to 2020. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch everyone on the next one.